Sairam students, good to see you back. Yes, so today we will continue with our third part of chapter 4, air pressure. Yes, in our first two parts we learned about that air has weight. We also learned that air, the relation between air pressure and the altitude of a region. We also learned about air pressure and the temperature of air. Yes, so we learned in air pressure of an altitude, we learned that how where you are, the air pressure is very high when it is towards the surface of the earth, when you start moving towards the take a higher altitude, it starts decreasing. So it is the opposite way. Yes, at higher altitudes the air pressure is low, at lower altitudes the air pressure is high. And also air pressure and temperature of air. So if the air pressure is high in regions where the temperature is high and low, and where the temperature is high the air pressure is low. Based on this we learnt about two pressure belts. Yes, the equatorial low pressure belt and the mid latitudinal high pressure belt. The equatorial low pressure belt is there between 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south. Yes, whereas the mid latitudinal high pressure belt is from 25 degrees to 35 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. In both the means in the north hemisphere as well as in the southern hemisphere. Now today we move ahead with our next pressure belt. Yes, that is the subpolar low pressure belt. Subpolar low pressure belt. Fine. Now, due to the Earth's curvature, the area between two parallels gets reduced as we move towards the poles. Now we see Earth is in the shape of a sphere. Yes, it's got curves. So as and when we move from the equator towards the poles, what happens? The area between the two parallels gets reduced. Yes, so as you move towards the poles, the area is very less over there. So similarly, even in the north, the same way in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So what happens as a result of this? The area between the parallels getting reduced. So this results in lesser friction of the air with the Earth's surface. Yes, that means what happens? The friction between the air and the Earth's surface is less. So since it is less, air in this region is thrown out because of this reduced friction and the Earth's rotational motion. So this friction which is there, the lesser friction which is there between the air and the surface of the Earth is less, and as a result of this the air is thrown out because of this reduced friction and the Earth's rotational motion. The Earth is rotating. Yes, so while it is rotating, the air, there is a friction between the air and the Earth's surface which is less, and the air is thrown out. Okay, since the air is thrown out, this leads to the development of low pressure belt. What does it lead to? It leads to the development of low pressure belts. This condition is observed in the area between 55 degrees and 65 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. Yes, so we can see over here, what are we learning about, children? We are learning about the subpolar low pressure belts, which is here 55 degrees to 65 degrees, and over here also 55 degrees to 65 degrees. Subpolar low pressure belts. Yes, so in both the hemispheres we have this subpolar low pressure belts between 55 degrees and 65 degrees parallels. How does this happen? Because the area between two parallels, it gets reduced as we move towards the poles, and the air, the friction of the air and the surface of the Earth is reduced. This results in the air being thrown out. Yes, the air is being thrown out because of the reduced friction and the Earth's rotational motion, and it leads to the development of low pressure, and these pressure belts are formed between 55 degrees to 65 degrees parallels in both the hemisphere, and the pressure belt which is formed over here is called as subpolar low pressure belt. What is it called? Subpolar low pressure belt. I hope this is clear, children. Fine, we move ahead. The next, polar high pressure belts. The name itself, polar regions, very cold region. So low temperature, what will be the pressure? High. Fine. The temperature in the polar region is below 0 degrees throughout the year. Isn't it? So it is below 0 degrees means it is very cold over here. It goes even to minus. Yes, 0 minus, it's freezing over there. So you have snow throughout the year, very cold throughout the year. So the pressure is high in these regions. The air here is cold. Therefore high pressure belts are formed. And these are called polar high pressure belts. What are these belts called? Polar high pressure belts. Fine. And these pressure belts occupy the area between 80 degrees to 90 degrees parallels in both the hemisphere. Yes. So you can see over here. Yes, you can see over here this small portion over here. This is the polar high pressure belt and it's there even in the northern hemisphere. Fine. So this is occupied, it's 80 degrees and 90 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. In both the hemispheres, this low polar high pressure belt is seen both in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, because in the polar regions the temperature is below 0 degrees throughout the year. So lower temperature, we have already learned, lower temperature, higher air pressure. So over here the temperature is low, so the pressure will be high, and the belt which is formed over here is called as the polar high pressure belt, which occupy the area between 80 degrees and 90 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. Fine. Now moving ahead, oscillation of pressure belts. Yes, oscillation of, now what is oscillation of pressure belts? Let's see. The duration and intensity of sun rays varies during particular periods of the year in both the hemispheres. Yes. Now children, in both the hemispheres, the duration and intensity of sun rays, the time which we get the sunlight, it changes, it varies during particular period of the year in both the hemispheres. Okay. Now for suppose we take the example of our country, India. Yes. During summer times, yes, the summer time, the what happens? The days are longer compared to the night. Yes. And in winter season, what happens? The nights are longer compared to the days. So here we can see the difference. During the summer times, the duration and heat intensity of the sun rays is very big. Yes, the duration of the sun daytime is big and the heat is also more as compared to that in winter season. Okay, so this duration and intensity of sun rays which varies during particular periods is there in both the hemispheres. As a result of this, the locations of the temperature zones and the pressure belts dependent on the sun's heat also varies. It also varies. It keeps, like we learnt about the location of the temperature zones and the pressure belts, 5 degrees north to 5 degrees south, equatorial low pressure belt. Then we learnt about mid latitudinal high pressure belt. So all these may also vary because of the intensity and the duration of the sun rays. Okay. This change is of the order of 5 degrees to 7 degrees towards north in Uttarayan and 5 degrees to 7 degrees south in Dakshinayan. This is called the oscillation of pressure belts. Means it keeps changing, it keeps moving. So 5 degrees to 7 degrees north towards north in Uttarayan. So what is this Uttarayan? Where the period when the sun moves from the south towards the north. That is Uttarayan. And 5 degrees to 7 degrees south in Dakshinayan means the period from when the sun moves from the north towards the south. So this change is, the order is changed, and this change in the order is called as oscillation of pressure belts. Are you getting it, children? Now these, what we are learning about air pressure, this is a natural phenomena. No, it's not any any human being is doing. It's a natural phenomena. So since it is a natural phenomena, will it have any effect on human beings? What would be the effects of these air pressure? Do we even realize? Yes, there is, because in the beginning only we learned that this air pressure, changes in the air pressure leads to storms as well as precipitation, isn't it? Hail, sleet, rain and snow. So that is an effect of air pressure. Now what are the other effects of air pressure? Origin of winds. Yes, it leads to the origin of winds. Generation of storms, convectional type of rain, and it affects the breathing activity too. It affects the breathing activity too. So the effects of air pressure is that first one, origin of winds. Yes, it leads to the origin of winds. It results in the generation of storms, which we already learned in the beginning of the lesson. Convectional type of rain. Yes, different types of rain. And it also affects the breathing activity too. See children, when you move from a high pressure belt to a low pressure belt, you will find a change in your breathing activity as well, isn't it? When you are in a high pressure belt, the air pressure is low. Yes, and when you go to to the regions where the temperature is high, the air pressure is low. Where the temperature is low, the air pressure is high. So this change also results in the activities of the people as well. Even when you move from a lower altitude to a higher altitudes, we already discussed this in our first part also. People who go for mountaineering, who go towards the peak of the mountains, they sometimes need to carry oxygen cylinders with them because it is difficult to breathe over there, because the oxygen level reduces. The density, or you can see the amount of atmosphere oxygen which is needed, which is there towards the surface of the earth, is not that much as you move towards higher altitudes. So there will be a change. It will affect your breathing activity as well. Yes, so this is clear. So the effects of air pressure is origin of winds, generation of storms, convectional type of rain, and it affects the breathing activity too. So children, today we have learnt about the lesson air pressure. With this we have finished with the lesson. In our next part, we'll go through the lesson throughout full lesson. We'll have a revision of the lesson and we'll do some activity based on the lesson as well. So for then children, stay safe. Sai Ram. Goodbye.